As a teacher, you found many students there, every time they say in the class, Madam, aaj man nahi hai padhne ka, we are not interested. And this hampers the class also. Yes, and you directly can't scold them and say, no, you have to study. So what you will do at that moment? And you have to teach also. Okay. Suppose you have to make an introductory class with the students. How will you manage?
And girls should have the proper
opportunities.
Suppose
your parental home will allow you, but later on you get married and your in-laws won't allow you. Then what you will do? Good morning friends, welcome to PD classes. Friends, today a very important and interesting session we are going to give you. And in this session, we are giving you a session based on Army Public School teacher. And we would like to tell you that there are two channels for teaching. We have, one is PD classes, another is Intro Guide. Both the channels you will find abundant of videos regarding Army Public School teachers and other teacher interviews. So first of all, Anchal, welcome today.
Thank you, sir.
This is a mock session for our students, those who are going for intro of APS.
Thank you.
So first my question is that why you opted Army Public School as your career?
Sir, as you already know, Army Public School is a well-disciplined school, and being in the army, being in a field that requires discipline, it would be great honor for me. Okay. So I would like to lead a life that is full of discipline, as I myself am really disciplined and like to live in that environment. Okay. That's why my choice for school was Army Public School.
Okay, Anjal. You tell me that APS job is a transferable job. So being a girl, how will you manage?
Sir, I like to explore new places and I would like to explore new cultures as well. So even if this job requires me to transfer, then I would have no problem because I love that kind of lifestyle.
Wonderful. Anjal, why you opted teaching profession?
Sir, being a teacher is a very noble profession and I would like to be the one to guide the students for their future, to make their career bright, and that's why I chose this career.
Okay, you may have gone with as a college professor also. So why you opted AP school as your career?
Sir, being a teacher in a school and a college is almost similar, but I believe that if we water the roots of a plant, then that tree is going to be more beneficial. So that's why I thought that I should go to teach the younger generation, the generation that is still going to make their future career options, and they might choose those options that might not be good for them, or even they would be good for them, but still I wanted to be the one who would help them choose that thing.
Okay. Anchal, you tell me, suppose some student has got injured in the class, then what you will do?
Sir, first of all, first aid would be provided to that student, and if the problem seems serious and it might not be curable in the school, then yes, definitely the proper medical staff would be contacted.
Okay, if you have caught a student red-handed with cheating material, then what you will do?
Sir, this is a scenario that requires strict action. Okay. And yes, I would take that strict action. I would take him to the proper authorities of the management, the administration of the school. But I would also make sure to provide the proper counseling to that student as well afterwards.
Okay. What are your extracurricular activities?
Sir, my extracurricular activities would be, I have won the competitions like handwriting competitions, the debate competitions, good, speeches, basically the competitions that requires my speech skills. So I have participated in those, as well as I also have been an active participant in annual functions, and I am a gymnast as well.
Oh, so you have brought your certificates with those?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay, Anchal, you tell me that you opted to be a teacher. So what are your parents?
Sir, my parents are middle class and they are not that much, we can say, a hi-fi family. So my
about your profession I'm asking.
Yes, sir. So my father is a contractor and my mother is a homemaker.
Homemaker, okay,
yes,
okay. Suppose they will not allow you to go in other cities for transfers, then what you will do?
Sir, although they are middle class, but their thinking is very open-minded. They believe that girls require and girls should have the proper opportunities.
Suppose your parental home will allow you, but later on you get married and your in-laws won't allow you, then what you will do?
Sir, as I told you, they are open-minded. So yes, definitely they would search a boy for me that is open-minded about my profession, and that would not stop me from going wherever the job requires.
Okay, suppose we give you a job from tomorrow onwards. Can you join?
Yes, sir. I would definitely be eager to join.
How you remain so much optimistic?
Sir, I try to remain optimistic through motivational videos, reading and talking to people, and making myself more sociable than I am yesterday.
What is your teaching style?
Sir, my teaching style and my philosophy would be to be friendly with students, to teach them in a playway method and make sure the interest of the student is also concerned during the teaching sessions. But I also become strict whenever it is required.
Okay. So you consider yourself as a teacher or as a student?
Sir, I would say that I am a bit of both. I am a student as well as I am a teacher. Just like if I learn something new in the class through a student, like a student teaches me something new, then yes, I would be very eager and very curious about that thing, and I would learn that thing. I would not be ashamed that he is a student and I am a teacher and I am learning something from him. He would definitely be the one who would teach me. So yes, I have no issues, and I can say that I am both a student and a teacher.
Okay. When you were a student, definitely you may have some favorite teachers also.
Yes, sir.
So why they were your favorite?
Sir, being a child and during my school time, my favorite teachers would be those who would not scold the students whenever they ask some questions that are not exactly related to the topic, but some other. So yes, I would say the teachers who are creative and cooperative with the students, even if the question is not related to the subject. Yes, I would say those teachers were my favorite.
Okay. Suppose you found any student, he is using some abusing language, and what you will do?
At that moment, yes sir, this is also a scenario that requires strict action. I would contact his parents, the guardians, or if the case is really serious, then yes, the administration would also be notified about it, and I would make sure the proper counseling is given to that student.
Okay, last year one question has been asked from one of my students, and the question was that suppose you found your principal is doing partiality with you, then what you will do?
Sir, can you please elaborate the question?
Means she told me that, sir, when I was going for an APS interview, and she conveyed me this question was asked from me, and the question was, suppose your principal of APS, means your senior,
Okay.
is doing partiality with you. He is not giving you the better response, or maybe giving you extra workload and everything. You are feeling as if that he is doing partiality. Then what you will do?
Sir, I would try to communicate with him on a personal and proper level, so that I can communicate my queries, my questions regarding his behavior towards me.
Okay.
And yes, just like I've said before, if the matter is serious, the proper authorities would be notified of this.
Okay. Okay, you tell me that as a student, as a teacher, you found many students there, every time they say in the class, "Madam, aaj man nahi hai padhne ka, we are not interested." And this hampers the class also.
Yes,
and
sir.
you directly can't scold them and say, no, you have to study. So what you will do at that moment? And you have to teach also.
Yes sir, so at that moment I would try to make the topic, the subject that we are teaching, a fun assignment for everyone, so that we have fun in the class as well as we learn something from that.
Okay. So as a teacher, you might have some strategy also for some slow learner students also.
Yes sir.
So what type of strategy you are applying for those students?
Sir, the basic strategy is providing them proper attention during the class as well as after the class. If the student requires proper attention on a very different level, then at that moment I would recommend extra classes to that student.
Okay. Suppose you are going in some other class just to manage that class, not to teach.
Okay.
Then what you will do in that class?
At that moment, sir, I also would try to make sure that there is some kind of activity that all the students can participate, and although it may seem fun to those students, but it would also teach them something new. So yes, that would be my thing.
So what is your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is English literature, sir.
English literature.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So suppose your students, you are entering the class and today is your first day. Then how will you start your class with literature?
Sir, literature is a very wide subject that has poetry, drama, fiction, non-fiction, everything in it. So yes, I would make sure that the very first thing that I would do is start a little skit type of thing in the class that the students can also enjoy. They would also hear the dialogues, the drama, everything in the skit, and at that moment they would enjoy it and they would ask question about it, and then I can start the lecture.
Okay. Suppose you have to make an introductory class with the students. How will you manage?
In the introductory class, sir, I would make sure that each and every student is giving the proper attention to whatever we are doing in the class, and I would first of all introduce myself, then the introduction of the student would be asked, and I would make sure that the students tell about their hobbies, because that is something they are mostly interested in.
Okay.
So yes, that would be my thing.
Anchal, you know, for this subject we have almost 32 teachers who are waiting in a queue. So why should we recruit you?
Sir, being a participant of this interview and standing in a queue just like the others, I would not be able to judge anyone, but I can assure you that with the proper opportunities, I can prove you my worth and your selection would be very justified.
Okay, what are your strengths?
My strengths are being honest and versatile.
Okay, so any weakness you have?
I would say, sir, my weakness is I'm a little bit of a critique. I would not tolerate any kind of partiality or bad behavior from the others.
Okay, wonderful. You have given a good intro. Now it's time to give some feedback to our students also. Although you have seen students, it was just a mock session for all of you, those who are preparing for interviews. But the most important thing is, like, when you are going for an interview, you must prepare your communication skills better. And you know very well that in NVS and in KVS, you can speak bilingual. But for APS, I strictly advise all of you, you should speak only in English, one thing. Another is, you should be ready for interview as well as the demo session which they are supposed to give you. Whenever during an interview they will ask you for demo, you should be ready. And with full energy, you should say, feel as if that, yes sir, I am ready, totally agree. And just take your chalk, duster, whatever is given to you, and behave as if that interviewers are now students. They are not interviewers now. And talk in the class little louder, because now you are supposed to handle almost 60-50 students. So at that moment, your voice should be different. The way you are giving, talking, the way you are starting your topic should be very different. Not as if you are talking in front of teachers. No, they are not your seniors, they are not your principals, they are not your interviewers. Now they are your students. Teach them as if they will really like it. I hope this tip will be beneficial to you. Anjal, we are really proud of you. You have given a good intro. Keep it up.
Thank you,
Blessings
sir.
to you. Thank you.
Thank you.